Welcome to Big Boof Bets. It's the Get That Money podcast. I am Nate Stevenson, and as always, I'm joined by Mr. Big Boofy Skirman and Mr. Tony T-Bone Guarino. On a personal level, I know last week was really disappointing for me. How about you guys?
It wasn't quite as bad for me as it was for you, but it was definitely a blah kind of week. As we record here on Tuesday, I'm feeling a little blah. I'm under the weather. But I'm going to tough it out for you guys and make sure we get our picks out for the people here.
Playing hurt, baby. That's the type of dedication we like to hear, babe. How about you, Tone?
Nate, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I don't know if you're familiar with the classic children's tale of the tortoise versus the hare, but we ain't no hare here. We are the tortoise. We're only getting to the middle of the season here. We got the latter half of the season coming up. We're about to execute the strategy and win that marathon in the end. Now, that being said, I know we had a bit of our tortoise strategy last week. So, Boof, why don't you give us the results of our slower strategy the previous week?
Locks went 3 and 5. Winners were the Rams -14, 49ers -3, and the Cowboys -2.5 without Dak Prescott. That one actually closed at +4.5, so we definitely got a little lucky there. Losers were the Cardinals -6. Still haven't learned my lesson with them yet. Bengals -10, Jags +3.5, Cardinals and Titans in a teaser, and WFT and the Broncos over 44. And that'll bring our total on the season to 35, 33, and 3 with a 51.47% success rate.
That's the crazy thing, Boof. We had a couple bad weeks in a row, and yet we're still over 50%. Which this goes to show, even when we have a couple bad ones, it's still not as bad as it seems, and we're normally pretty good to rebound. So I'll be very surprised if we're still not back up closer to 60% by the end of the year.
Tortoise, baby. We're the tortoise. We're going to get that money.
Amen, baby. What do you say we dive into the Week 9 slate here?
Let's do it, baby.
All right, well, let's kick things off with our Thursday matchup as always, which is the New York Jets at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts laying 10.5, and you're over-under at 46.
I like the Jets here. I mean, the Colts have been playing in close games, and I kind of have to be a little bit impressed with how the Jets did with Mike White playing quarterback last week. And, you kind of see this in the NFL sometimes where a backup QB comes in and he just starts hot, and it can take a couple weeks to figure him out. I think we're still in that grace period right now. I thought the Jets had a good plan getting Michael Carter involved in the passing game a lot, and I look to see that more here. And then I also like over 46. 3 of the Colts' last 4 games have gone over this total. And then the Jets just played in a game that was 34-31 with Mike White at the helm. So I like Jets plus 10.5 and over 46.
Yeah, Boof, you pretty much said it all. I agree on both points. I think not just myself, but I think I feel pretty confident saying that most of the football world was very surprised by what we saw from Mike White and that Jets offense. And you combine that with the fact the Colts are banged up on defense. They're no Traquan Smith, and still some injuries in the secondary. I feel pretty good about taking the points with the Jets here, and there being enough to cover. Is it 46 there, Boof?
46.
All right, yeah. We like that. I feel pretty good about covering that number too. So are we down for a double Thursday lock here to start off the slate?
Oh, it's double lock Thursday, baby. Let's get that money.
Oh yeah, lock it in twice. Get the money.
All right, moving on in the Sunday, we'll start things off with the Houston Texans at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins laying 6.5, and you're over-under at 46.
Well, as we record here on Tuesday, November 2nd, the NFL trade deadline just expired at 4 p.m. And big surprise, the Texans have made yet another trading someone else away. I can't for the life of me, I can't remember his name. But point being, the Texans just continue to trade away people because they don't care about the season. They want to lose, they want to tank, and they want as high of a draft pick as possible. I get all that. So 6.5 points. Even though it's the Dolphins, I kind of want to lay it. I do. But it's like the Dolphins have been so crappy themselves. I know they've gotten some pieces back, obviously mainly being Tua, and then they had some injuries in the secondary. But they're definitely the better team. And so I definitely love them on the money line in parlays. And I would be tempted to lay the 6.5, but I think the safer way to go with them might be a couple big Boof teasers. What say you there, Mr. Boofy?
I actually am not interested in any teasers with this, and I would tease the Dolphins, I guess, if you made me. And side note, Nate, the player traded away for the Texans today was Charles Omenihu, defensive end. So they sent him to the 49ers.
Gotcha.
But my favorite pick in this game is the Texans team total to go under 20.5. You can get that on Fox Bet. Last 5 games for the Texans. They scored 22 against the Rams. All of them were in the fourth quarter, and that includes an onside kick that they also converted for an additional touchdown. Then 5 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Colts, 22 against the Patriots, to me the only legitimate cover there. And then a big old goose egg against the Bills and 9 against the Panthers. Sorry, that's actually 6 games there. So Texans are really struggling to score. Davis Mills he's not good. And their offense is not good. They also traded away Mark Ingram last week. And I like the team total under 20.5. And I do think it is lock worthy. What say you?
That sounds good to me, baby. Let's lock it in and get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money.
All right. Up next, we have the Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys laying 9.5, and your over-under at 49.5.
For me, I definitely want to wait and see if Dak Prescott's going to play. I already got burned on that. Almost got burned on that last week. I think I would lean to the Cowboys side of it, and I would maybe consider like a 7-point teaser or something with them as well.
Yeah, I can understand that. Assuming Dak plays, I love the Cowboys here. 10 points at home against a Broncos team that has struggled against anyone that has not been, the Jets, Giants, like basically some of the worst teams in the league. So we got 9.5. Obviously, it's 9.5, but basically you need 10 to cover that. So yeah, Cowboys winning by 10, assuming Dak plays. I feel pretty good about that. But considering what happened last week, I can totally understand why we'd want to wait and see on that. So let's wait and see. And everybody, look for a probable Cowboys tweet lock later in the week.
All right, moving on. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens laying 6, and your over-under at 49.5.
Love the Ravens laying 5.5 here. Haven't been very impressed at all from what I've seen from the Vikings most of this year. I think it's getting close to them needing a new voice there in Minnesota. Zimmer's just too damn conservative. And on top of that, you just lost to a Cowboys team without Dak Prescott, with Cooper Rush starting a quarterback. And it's not like the Vikings don't have talent on both sides of the ball. So I have my faith and confidence in this team has severely eroded as we're getting about halfway point in the season here. And the Vikings coming off a bye at home, feel pretty comfortable laying the 5.5 here.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. You said it. Ravens at home, coming off of a bye. It's under 6 points here. And like you said, I'm just not impressed with the Vikings. So I'm on board with that one. Give me the Ravens, and let's lock it in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money.
All right, let's take a look at the New England Patriots at the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots laying 4, and your over-under at 41.
I like the Patriots here. I know there are some 3.5s out there right now. So I think I am going to wait and see if we can't even do a little better and get that down to 3. But I know the Panthers won last week against the Falcons. I'm still not impressed with them. I think New England on offense and defense are just getting better every week. And I think that's been a tradition with the Patriots for a long time now here under Bill Belichick. So I think we're seeing the same thing again this year. And I am down to lay the points. But I'm just going to wait and see if we can't do a little bit better and catch a 3.
I agree. Yeah, the Patriots seem to be steadily improving here throughout the year. And the fact that we already got some 3.5s already, I think there is a chance we can catch a 3. And if, worst case scenario, I still wouldn't hate laying the 3.5, especially with how the Panthers have looked the past several weeks. Yeah, I know they won last week, but it was a low scoring game against a crappy Falcons team. So yeah, I am down to lay it with the Patriots, and again, most likely another probable tweet lock later in the week.
All right, moving on, we have the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Bills laying 14, and you're over under at 48.5.
Yeah, this is Clay City. The Jaguars suck. The Bills have beaten most of the teams on their schedule by double digits. And now you get to go down and face a Jacksonville team that just got annihilated by Seattle without Russell Wilson. And Seattle without Russell Wilson is a bottom 10 team in the league. And the Bills are arguably the best team in the AFC. So give me the Bills, laying the 14 points. I'm in, baby.
I'm also going to lay the 14. They covered a similar number to this last week against the Dolphins. Then you said it, the Jags just got smashed by the Seahawks last week, the Geno Smith-led Seahawks. James Robinson ended up getting injured in that game. He's been a big part of the offense. We'll see what his status is moving forward. But I want to place this bet now while it's at 14 because I know there's already some 14.5s out there. Let's get that money.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money. Circle the wagons.
All right, let's move on to the Battle of Ohio, where the Cleveland Browns will play at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals laying 2.5, and you're over under at 47.
Watch out for them Cleveland Browns.
I like the Bengals. I think Cleveland is really struggling on offense right now. Nate, you had a great point while we were talking where Michael Carter really beat the Bengals in the passing game from the running back position. With Cleveland, that guy is Kareem Hunt. Obviously, he's injured. Baker Mayfield's injury is a lot more serious than people are giving it credit to. I know he played last week, but they only scored 10 points. I think Cleveland is really struggling on offense. They're going to need to run the ball, but Cincinnati is number 9 against the run in the league, so they're good on defense stopping the run. And I think this under a field goal here, I think we can cover that at home against Cleveland.
100% agree. Plus no Tyler Conklin for the Browns, so you're missing one of your best offensive linemen when you need to be running the ball, as you said, to kind of help support Baker with his multiple injuries there. So we're laying 2.5. Bengals at home in a bounce back spot. I just think they kind of got. I honestly think that Jets game was kind of a little bit of a letdown after the big Ravens win, and I think they were just as surprised as a lot of other people were at how well Mike White played. So you're getting back home here. I think this is they get right back on track and get a victory against the Brownies. Let's lay that 2.5 and lock it in and get that money.
Oh yeah, get that money.
All right, let's head on down to the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints laying 6, and you're over under at 42.5.
Even with the injury at quarterback, the Saints are still the superior team here. But with the way they play, which is I would call it more of a conservative style offensively, and having a strong defense, and now having to roll with their I probably second and third string. I guess Trevor Siemian would be the third string, and probably sprinkle a little Taysom Hill in there. I think he's technically their second string. But either way, I would expect Trevor Siemian to start at quarterback. Rumor is Taysom Hill is going to be coming back. So, I mean, you could get some of both. How much, we don't know. But even with potentially a 2-quarterback system, the Saints could be rolling with, I still like them to win the game. Their defense lends to low-scoring games. And the Falcons, without Ridley, are going to play right into that. So 42.5 is a low number. I would lean under here. But the couple ways I'm playing this game is I'm going to take the Saints money line and some parlays. There's also a combo parlay on FanDuel for Saints money line and under 51.5. That's only like minus 160, I believe, or minus 140. Yes, that is actually minus 140, just to double check that. So, yeah, you're getting great value here on Saints to win and under 51.5, which, let's be real, with the way they play offensively and defensively, it's probably going to be under 51. And the Falcons just scored 13 points against the Panthers, who have a solid defense, and I would put New Orleans definitely ahead of them. So, feel pretty good about those couple things, and being that we're at 6, also think they're a great teaser leg as well. So I have a feeling Boof's going to be on that.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose there, Nate. I want to use this as a teaser. I'm going to do a Saints 6-point teaser with the Rams. So that'll get the Saints down to the money line and the Rams down to minus 1.5. I do like the Saints to win. I just don't want to lay that many points. And I have a ton of confidence that the Rams are going to be able to beat the Titans without Derrick Henry. So Rams and Saints as a teaser. That's my pick, and I think that one is lock-worthy. What say you?
I agree. Let's lock it in, baby. Get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money.
All right, the final 1 o'clock game for Sunday is the Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Giants. The Raiders laying 3, and your over-under at 46.
When I first saw this, I did want to take the Raiders, but we have this Henry Ruggs news out now, and he is their guy that kind of takes the lid off of the defense. And I know he doesn't get a ton of targets, but he still commands attention, and I do think they are going to miss him. So I'm just going to stay away. It's a pass.
Yeah, Boof, I agree. If not for the horrible news today, I definitely would have been leaning Raiders at 3. But you just don't know how that's going to affect their offense. And if I do bet this game, I would probably take the under just because of how the Giants have been playing recently offensively. I mean, they only scored 17 against the Chiefs, and now they get to go against the Raiders defense, who's been playing pretty well. And I also would expect the Raiders to be affected offensively, losing Ruggs, who, as you just said, Boof, tends to take the top off the defense. So I definitely think that this game is prime for an under. So if we mess with it at all, that's probably where we're going to go.
All right, so that takes us into the 4 o'clock games. Well, we'll start things off with the Los Angeles Chargers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Chargers minus 1.5, and your over-under of 50.
Come on, minus 1.5 for the Chargers. I mean, this line is just stupid. Give me the Chargers.
I agree, man. I know they've lost 2 in a row. I know they got their butt kicked the last time they came out east. But, I mean, the Eagles have beaten, the Lions, the Panthers, and who was the other one?
Falcons.
Yeah, and the Falcons. So, sorry, dude. Chargers to me are still one of the better teams in the league, and we're only laying 1.5. Give me the Chargers all day, and let's lock that in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money.
All right. Well, up next, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Full disclosure, at the time of recording this podcast, the news of Aaron Rodgers' COVID situation had not come out yet, but just due to the timing of editing versus when we record, we have been obviously informed of the news that Aaron Rodgers will be out due to testing positive for COVID. So given that, we really just thought all the analysis and breakdown that followed the original line that we were given really isn't applicable to this game at all anymore. Just that solely based on the factor of Aaron Rodgers playing the game. You take him out, and I mean this is just an entirely different game, the handicap. And we unfortunately do not have the luxury to add a new handicap analysis from the guys. So I'm simply stepping in here just to let you know that, it's kind of a stay away. We don't know how it's going to be without Rodgers. Jordan Love's first start. Way too much uncertainty. So it's a stay away this week. If the guys have any additional bets they still would like to make, based on the new situation with Jordan Love starting, then you can just look to follow us on our social media accounts or Twitter, Facebook, where we will post anything that may be worthy of a bet, if there's anything worthy of a bet in this game still. All right, so let's just move on into the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals laying 1, and you're over-under at 45.5.
A little bit of a fishy line here. Cardinals only -1, but heard earlier today that there is a potential Dak Prescott-ish injury situation with Kyler Murray leading up to the game. Literal potential game time decision with, I'm assuming maybe an ankle injury based on him limping at the end of the Packers game. Not sure. So yeah, his unsure injury status. Definitely, I want to stay away from a side. Honestly, even if he was playing, I'd be tempted to stay away from the side, considering the last time these two teams played, it was 17-10, and the 49ers probably should have won. So taking all that into consideration and potentially no Kyler Murray, my personal favorite bet in this game is under 45.5. And I think if you want that, you should grab it now, because if he does not play, he is in Kyler Murray. I only see that number falling some. So I'd say if you feel comfortable and confident in it, grab it now.
Okay, I agree. It's definitely worth following the Murray situation in regards to the under. If you made me, I would take the San Francisco side of this, and I would put them in a teaser. 6.5 points, getting them above 7 to 7.5. And I just think George Kittle's coming back. J.J. Watt is out. We actually don't know what DeAndre Hopkins' status will be. He's always questionable every week, but he actually, was not able to finish the game last week. And then obviously the Murray thing. I do think the 49ers, if you were to get over a touchdown, would be the better side of this. And I think I would get on board with the under. It's just San Francisco, 4 of their last 5 games have gone over. But the one game that did go under was against the Cardinals. So definitely interesting. I guess at the end of the day, I'm tired of the Cardinals screwing me over, so I'm going to sit this one out, and I'm going to pass.
Okay, that takes us into Sunday night, where we have the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams laying 7.5, and your over-under at 53.5.
All right. Obviously, Derrick Henry out for the year. I don't think he's like other running backs where you lose them, you plug in a new guy behind an offensive line that's already in a good offense, and you get similar production. I think Derrick Henry is one of the few special backs in this league, and I think their entire offense is based off of him, whether it's play action or just having him on the field and people are afraid they're going to give him the ball, and obviously actually giving it to him 30-plus times a game and running all over people and scoring points. I think that is a huge loss for them. I'm going to take the Rams. We've already shared 2 teasers with them, so this way I don't have to lay over a touchdown, and I think that's the way to go.
Totally agree. I think Matt Stafford and Sean McVay take this Titans defense apart. And
not to mention they added what's his name, Von Miller to the defense this week.
You're right, yeah, and not only have the Titans lost Derrick Henry, but the Rams have added Von Miller, one of the best pass rushers, to a defensive unit that's already pretty strong with Ramsey and Donald. So, yeah, give me the Rams. Love them as a teaser leg, literally with anyone. Love the money line in parlays all day. Rams all day.
Oh yeah, we already got that money. Well, let's get that money again.
Yeah, tease it. Get the money.
Okay, that takes us to our final game for this week, our Monday night matchup, which is the Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers laying 6.5, and the over-under at 40.
Well, the Steelers are favored by almost a touchdown against a crap team, so that means take the Bears money line. I mean, but for real though, I mean, like the bad part is I'm not the only one on this train. It's like no. There's people who say I've seen and heard so many places already. It's like, well, the Steelers play the Bears and the Lions the next 2 weeks, so they're going to lose one of those games. And the bad part is like that could really happen. That definitely could happen. So no way do I want any part of the Steelers spread. No way do I want any part of the Steelers money line. Even 40, I mean, that's a really low number. I mean, the Bears suck offensively. The Steelers are just average at best offensively, and they have a really good defense. So, I mean, yeah, I think if you're going to do anything in this game, you take the under. But at 40 being such a low total, I think the best bet is buy some points up and throw it in a parlay to a point, where you feel comfortable with it. And that's about it.
Yeah, that might be the best way to go is buy up the total and take the under. I lean under 40. Obviously, I'd feel better about it at a higher number. I would consider teasing the Steelers, but like you said, they have a way of losing these games sometimes, so I'm just going to stay away.
Bye, Tomlin.
All right, well, that does it for the Week 9 matchup. So, Boof, as always, why don't you give us that recap?
Okay, we got the Thursday night double with the Jets plus 10.5, and then the Jets and Colts to go over 46. We have the Texans team total to go under 20.5. Ravens minus 5.5, Bills minus 14, Bengals minus 2.5, Saints and Rams in a 6-point teaser, Chargers minus 1.5, and as always, I'm ready for some parlays for the people there, Nate.
Let's do it, baby. We got 6 tiers this week, so let's get right into it. First one's a 14-legger, and it's not quite retirement style, but maybe, take a year off of work. We got 14 legs plus 130,361, so, $100 when you're over 130K. So we like that. And we're going to go with the Jets plus 11.5, buying a couple points there. And Miami, then we're going to do a couple money line and under combo parlays. You can find them in the parlay section on FanDuel. Miami and under 54.5, Dallas and under 58.5, Baltimore and under 57.5, New England and under 50.5, New Orleans and under 51.5, Buffalo minus 12.5 and under 56.5. And that's it for the combos section of this parlay. Then we're going to go Cincy money line, Chargers money line, Rams money line. And then we're going to buy some points on some totals here. We're going to go Las Vegas, Giants. I'm sorry. We are not buying any points on that total because it wasn't available yet. We're just going to go under 46 on that one. And then we're going to buy some points on Green Bay KC, go under 59.5, and also Arizona 49ers under 52.5. And lastly, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and under 46.5. And again, that's 14 legs for plus 130,361. For the next parlay, we're going to buy some more points. So pretty much, we're going to do everything we just did, make a couple alterations as we normally do here, just keep it simple for everybody. Buy a few points for the Jets up to 17.5. You're still getting the Jets plus 17.5 at minus 230. Like, that's stupid nice value, especially if we're throwing it in a parlay. We're substituting the Bills combo out for just Bills minus 9.5. We are substituting the Bengals money line out for Bengals plus 4.5, buying some points. And we are removing that Giants Raiders line altogether. So that brings it to 13 legs plus 31.08. I'm sorry, plus 31.807 on your odds. And then the next parlay, we are removing the Green Bay KC total and the New England combo money line and under on that same parlay I just said, which brings it down to 11 legs and plus 11,461. And now we got 3 more left here. We're going to go for this next one, Jets plus 17.5, Cincy plus 4.5, Bills minus 9.5, Miami, Dallas, Baltimore, Chargers, and Rams money lines, Arizona and 49ers under 52.5, Chicago and Pittsburgh under 46.5. And still, we are keeping that New Orleans combo of money line and under 51.5. That 11-leg parlay is plus 54.04. And we're going to, for the next parlay, we're going to subtract the Cincy portion and buy a couple more points on the Chicago-Pittsburgh total up to 48.5. Still take the under, which brings it to 10 legs and plus 35.34. And lastly, our get out of jail free parlay this week, which I feel very, very good about. Let's just be real. When do I not feel very, very good about it? It's the get out of jail free parlay. But having said that, I feel very, very good about it. So being that the Bills decided to start slow last week, and I don't feel like losing another get out of jail free because of a damn double result, we're just going to go Bills first half money line against the Jags. So even if they tie and they start like Schmeefs, we'll still be okay, and we won't lose the whole parlay. So we're going to go Bills first half money line, Miami, Dallas, Baltimore, Rams money lines, Arizona and 49ers under 52.5, and Chicago and Pittsburgh under 48.5. That's a 7-leg parlay plus 567 on your odds, which means a $100 bet win you $567. And if you want to just take $100, spread it out on all these parlays, put 10 on the first 5, 50 on the last one, you're still going to make a few bucks, even if the first 5 don't hit.
Sounds great, Nate. Thank you as always. Guys, make sure you're following us on social media. We will be tweeting out our props that we like over the weekend like we always do. And you'll be able to keep an eye out for any other locks that we suggest throughout the week. Best of luck to everybody, and let's get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money.